Hey, this is Eric.
And Hill.
And we're going to look at the Halo Reach trailer from E3 today, which at first glance doesn't give much info, but if you look a little closer, you see that it seems to indicate that Master Chief will not be starring in this game.
Now, the obvious stuff is that this clearly is a prequel to Halo 1. This tells the story of the fall of Reach, which was a significant event in the Halo universe.
And if you look right here, you get a nice view of Reach from space. This is the UNSC primary headquarters. It's the major shipyard for humanity. It's big. It's pretty much the Fort Knox.
And spoilers, this is where most of the Spartans are going to die.
And speaking of Spartans dying, if you look right about here, you can see what appears to be one of the Spartans drifting by. And if you read the books, you'll know that James actually drifts off and dies in space.
And this seems like it's a nice little nod from Bungie to people who've really followed the Halo canon very closely.
But maybe we'll get something new, a new story. It won't just follow the canon. And if you listen right about here.
Mobilized and ready.
This is Sierra 320, prep for combat insertion.
You get a listen at Sierra 320, which would seem to indicate that there's a new Spartan. More on that in a little bit.
What the hell was that?
And here we get a look at actually the destruction of Reach. This is the orbital bombardment by the Covenant. And it's right at this moment that Master Chief is in fact jumping away in a random slipstream jump to go engage the Covenant at Halo.
Noble One, come in. Noble One, do you read me?
Now, there's a lot of questions whether or not that voice is saying Nova One or Noble One, but I think the more important question actually is that, is this an indication of a specific character or is it a ship? We're not sure, but obviously it's going to have some major importance to the story of Reach.
And at the end here, listen up again.
Sierra 259. You got Spartans on the ground, sir. We're not going anywhere.
Now that seems pretty important because not only do we have Spartans plural on the ground, it's also Sierra 259. Anybody who's followed Halo closely knows that the original Spartans only listed up to number 150, although the books do mention multiple times that there was a second wave of Spartans being trained, although we never really got a good idea on what they did in this fight.
So it's quite possible that they're coming in as sort of the second wave of untrained Spartans who basically have to go in there and, help out, and that might be who you're playing as in this game.
So that's pretty much all we know about Halo Reach at this point. It's a lot of speculation, but the game is not due out until fall of 2010. For everything on Halo Reach and gaming in general, stay tuned to IGN.com.